Well, Chris, a wealth of incident and no doubt emotion and drama in that, but a point shared. Your take on all of that today?
Close to 3, got 1 in the end. Small step in terms of building from Thursday night's effort and performance. I thought we'd done enough. Obvious big moments, sending off, down to 10, attitude of the players, ambition to go and score, which we showed. I don't know how close Enders was. Obviously, the finish from Jayden and the big moment really, and he's done great, Berkey, to stretch their back 3, back 2 all afternoon. And the big moment then in the 85th minute to take it from 1 to 2, which I believe will be enough. And pride at the team late on that they wanted to keep the ball out the back of the net, and some fabulous defending, last-ditch defending. So any questions that will ever get asked about, about the team and their attitude to the team, I think if you look at the key moments in the game, and especially those key moments at the end, which I've said to the players, sort of represents what they're doing, they're fighting away and they're battling away, and that is acceptable.
Video replay seemed to suggest that Lundstrom got the ball first. What feedback have you had about that sending off?
I've not really talked to the referee after the game. I spoke to him at half time and said who made the decision. Obviously, first of all, gave a yellow. And then the video referee, VAR, told him to go and have a look. So he wasn't certain. Have I got that right? Is that what happens?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Yeah.
And then he's made that decision. Really careful I've got to be in terms of what I say. But it is a contact sport. And you hear a lot of things, and we're all say, careful about people's welfare, but it is a contact sport. Rugby's a contact sport. Football's a contact sport. Boxing is obviously a contact sport. Being brought up in an era and a period where you made contact with the opposition and you tackled, because if you don't tackle, you don't come out with the ball. Now, force and over exaggeration, words that get chucked at me. I think there's a tackle there to be won. I'm going to go in as hard as I possibly can to win that tackle. But the game's moved on and changed, and I don't think it's for the best of it. I think supporters want to see contact. I certainly want to see my team making contact. We have to bridge the gap as a football club, as players, when we're playing against these world-class players or really good Premier League players, because Brighton, an established Premier League club, after 4 or 5 years, and you've seen this place and seen the training ground and everything, and how difficult it is in the Premier League, and what they've had to do to stay in the Premier League. So I'm trying with my football club on different fronts to tell people and hopefully push people in the way to try and bridge that gap. And on the pitch, we're trying to bridge that gap. So we have to make contact. The manager at Manchester United knows, and he knows that we're going to lay a glove on you, because we didn't lay a glove on Southampton, and that's what happens. We're going to lay a glove on you. So I think going back to it, the game has moved on and changed, but I still think supporters want to see that, want to see a big tackle, big header, big race. Their supporters do, because I've played here, and they want to see that just as much as Sheffield United supporters do. So whether overforce, words that come into use, or excessive come into use, I think he's a bit unfortunate, but the game has gone that way, and for me not for the better.
Do you almost feel that when in those circumstances they are looking to find the extra punishment?
Definitely. I thought exactly what you said. I think as soon as he made the tackle, I get it, reaction of players as well, and that I don't enjoy. I don't enjoy my players doing it, but then sometimes you feel they have to even itself out. I don't enjoy any when I watch any game where players are just having minimal contact and going over. I don't enjoy it. I've said before, I've got a right dilemma about it, because it seems that's the way the game's going, and you've got a decision to make, and I don't really want to make a decision. And I'm sure Basham and Egan and our players, and I'm not being critical of what happened, but this is just what happens in the game, and people have decisions to make. But I do believe, like you have said, that as soon as a tackle was made, I was right in front of it. I thought it was a great tackle. I think the boys got caught, and when two players go in, sometimes somebody might get caught. That's how it is. When two rugby players go in for a tackle, sometimes somebody might get hurt. It's not over the top. It's not a leg break. Is gone with a lot of force to tackle the ball, and it's deemed in these times, and the feeling was straight away. I said to Alan, obviously I said to Nicky Trav, who was looking at the monitor, where's that going? And he says, this might go the way that we don't want it to go.
Bogle then came on, had a really good performance, and obviously got the goal. Where was he in your thoughts at that stage? He came on and made quite the impression, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He can be pleased with his Premier League debut, quite an eventful one. I wanted to keep David McGoldrick up against their right back was a centre-half right back, so we had an out to go into David a little bit more aerially, and Solly March was causing us problems down this side. Rian, was great on Thursday night. Still a young player, and we needed a stretch in the team. So Ollie Burke obviously gave us that stretch, and as seen for the goal, and obviously his opportunity to take it. We had an out in that, and I wanted a little bit more protection for George, because Solly March was picking the ball up and causing all sorts of problems down there, left or right. So he did that, and we snuffed it out. Obviously some crosses came into the box, you'd accept that. We defended the goal fantastically well. The energy of the team was great. Obviously we went to 4-4-1, 4-2-3 or whatever it was. And 4-2-3-1, 4-2-3. Goalkeeper.
There you go.
That's how frazzled I am at the moment.
Yeah.
That's how frazzled I am at the moment. We made a tactical decision after 25-30 minutes in terms of bringing another forward on. John wasn't injured. I made that decision. Go to two midfield players. Gave us a little bit more at the top of the pitch to play into, and I thought our best period was that. I thought our best period in the first half was the 10 minutes where we made the change, recognised that what we needed to do, and then got a foothold in the game. And then obviously John's yellow card, and then as we talked about, it would seem and it felt it was going to be a long afternoon, and that clock up there has not done me any favours, because that didn't shift. It went the slowest that I've ever seen a clock move in that period. But the desire at the end to keep the ball out the back of the net and making sure we didn't get beat was fabulous, and a small step hopefully from Thursday into here, and to give us something to believe in and hold on to.
Two final questions from me then. What about the next match then, and McBurney and Berger being available to you again?
Well, it just seems the way it's going. Xander's got quite a nasty injury. He's going to be out for 3 months. So really freak, unfortunate injury. He's gone to block a ball, and the force of the clearance has caught him on the end of his toe and affected all his hamstring, and he's pulled the tendon off the bone. So he'll require surgery. So 3 months. And Ole, I think he's going to be out till the new year. So big blows for us, which we have to accept and get on with it. And it just seems to be one of those seasons where those injuries just keep coming up. There's a couple of players there, Jack Robinson's not trained all week and played. So yeah, it's not to do with overuse. It's not to do with anything else. It's just unfortunate injuries that we have picked up this season that are really hurting us.